My name is Thinley Choden. I'm a ClimateReality leader from Bhutan. I'm also a social entrepreneur and consultant. I'm also the founding curator of GlobalShaper's Thimphu hub. To me, the climate crisis is essentially a crisis of values, injustice, and lack of proper and consistent action on many levels. The human ego, by which I mean the value of existence and voice, just because the air, the water, and the land and other forms of non human life does not have a human voice, we humans, by and large, take them for granted and or overexploit for our own short sighted and immediate greed and gain. Rich and poor, whether countries or individuals, because the poor are the most vulnerable to the negative impact of climate change, while the contribution towards changing climate is very minimal, therefore is highly disproportionate carbon burden. Intergenerational equity. It is the moral and ethical responsibility and leadership of every individual to ensure that we leave behind a good and sustainable earth to our future generations. While every individual in their own capacity has to step up, the richer countries have to commit not only with their words but with their actions and funding in climate mitigation and adaptation. In Bhutan, we are very fortunate to have far-sighted leadership in climate stewardship that we're able to have maintained our environmental health. However, with changing lifestyles and consumption and modernization, we see increasing pollution, which poses a grave climate threat if we do not quickly switch to climate smart economic development and sustainable living. I strongly believe climate education and literacy play an immense and critical role in a sustainable future and healthy planet. A recent study by Brookings Institute says that if only 16% of high school students in high and middle income countries were to receive climate change education, we could see a nearly 19 gigaton reduction of carbon dioxide by 2050. By establishing a personal connection to climate solutions as well as personal agency and empowerment, it can have consequential impact on students' daily behavior, decision making that reduces their lifetime carbon footprint. The Bhutanese bureaucracy, the CSO, and the education system does an excellent job in environment conservation and education. And I would say we generally have a high level of environmental consciousness in our socio-cultural policy and governance spaces. What we can and need to do more is combining it with climate change and specifically how our modern lifestyles and changing consumptions are highly influencing climate change and what we need to do as humans to lead a climate-friendly, sustainable lifestyle. Because environment is not just about the environment, it is about us, the humans. We are not apart from the environment, we are part of the environment. And what we do and not do impacts our environment, our ecosystem, and livelihoods. My message for the world leaders and decision makers is this: enough is said and heard. We need you to walk the talk. We do not want patronizing. We want materializing of your words and commitments into action, big and small, because we have to save humanity. The planet will survive regardless.